then it canceled you out, but now I had to do it again. Good to see you, man.
Good to see you. Just had my coffee.
Yeah. Well, at least I learned how to do it now. Now I know exactly how. And if you don't call me, if we're not talking when I do it, I think that we can hear the sound right away, right?
Yeah, look at my Japanese maple this year.
Let me see it. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, you do the outside yard, and Angela does the inside of the house, right?
Yep.
And you were saying that that's a lot like how we are, me and you. What I take care of the art and the the creativity and the playing, guitar playing and all that, but you do everything else. You make it a product, you make it professional, you make it presentable, LOL. And together it's like your wife doing the inside of the house and you doing the outside of the house. And then one day you guys are looking out and your wife actually comments, "Wow, you did a good job out here, Matt. Well, I didn't know you had it in you." But
Yeah.
the inside, you don't have to worry about it. But I don't know which one. I think that I'm the outside, you're the inside, but I don't know who's who in that analogy. But
Yeah.
one of them.
She says in her Spanish accent, she'll say, "Just cover everything with rocks." Like she wants everything. Like, I don't know. It's like a typical Hispanic thing here. They put big walls around the houses, and
Yeah,
then they cement extra driveways in. Like, and then if they do a garden, it's usually a menagerie of like palm trees and roses and like
yeah.
you're kind of like you look at it, you go like, what the fuck's going on here? Kind of like our music. No.
Yeah, really. I should have said that. I was drifting in my thought, or I would have got that first. I would have thought about that, but you got that pun before I thought of it. Kind of like our music. I was daydreaming. I didn't get that. I mean, I didn't say it before you.
Yeah. So
Yeah. So guess what, Matt? Well, let's
what?
everybody can hear it too. All right. Do you know that once you reach over $100 on
Yeah.
YouTube, you still have to go through a bunch of dang hoops to really know that the money's coming? Let me explain, if you allow me. First of all,
Yeah.
you have to go back to your AdSense account. You have to enter your banking information, which is a routing number, an account number, and it has to go through and all that. But then, are you done? No. Then they say within a couple. They said 3 to 5 business days, but for me it was 2 days. So they must like me somehow. But they send you less than $1, but over zero, so they know you have the right account because you have to tell them how much they sent you to
Yeah.
verify.
They want to ping you. Yeah.
You have to verify it. So then I just did so I just did that part this morning. I verified it. They sent me out of all things 66 cents, as in Studio 666. Well, they sent me 66 cents. So I had to go back to the email they sent after I did give them my routing information, account information, routing number, whatever, account number. And then I had to verify, hit 66 cents, click your account is verified. And then a minute later, I temporarily lost service on my phone because one of my bills didn't go through, and I had to pay T-Mobile after that. But if that would have happened while I was doing that, who knows if that would have made a difference? But I finally verified my account after giving them my account information. Now I have a YouTube channel, and they pay every month between the 21st and the 26th. So in 7 to 12 days from now, I'll get $101 or whatever, and I don't have to. I don't have to worry about that fuss about verifying, giving them my information, all that, because I'm not really that good. I mean, I'm good because I put my mind to it and I'm intelligent. But making on the phone and the internet isn't really like I'm not the genius of it. So I'm glad I passed the test and that now I'm not only monetized, but they have all my information and they verified it. So now it goes right into my bank account. So I'm gonna get
Cool.
it's already so this month I've already got $100+ coming, and that's well needed because last month was a hard month for
Oh
me.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
last
So
month.
what did you think of the survey that I put up
Oh,
over
let me
there
tell you
for
about
you?
that, man. Let me tell you because my aspie brain likes to go on and get.
I just threw it.
Well, I want to
Threw it up there.
well, I want to
So
tell you what I think of it. I want to tell you what I think of it. First
yeah.
of all, your survey was very intelligent. You actually thought of like the 6 things that really are going on in my channel. Let's see if I can remember them. I say I got this good memory. It was see Jimmy Shred, see fashion tips, see frisbee skills, music theory, instruction, and there might have been There got to be one more. Uh,
Well, I mean, the truth is that so a lot of people come in to make fun of you, and of course,
yeah,
I left that out on purpose, right?
yeah.
So
Make fun of shirtless
they
guy.
they they had
99%.
to choose they had to choose one of them,
Yeah,
right?
they couldn't choose. I
And
think catch and
and
frisbee.
then so you had a few orangutans go into the comments section and go, "Oh," but
Yeah.
it's funny. And then
Everything is a much
did
problem.
you see my troll post at all?
Yeah, I saw that too. Dude, I did check. That was very cleverly done. No, I'm not putting you down, Matt, but that sounds like AI wrote that because it was immaculate. But if you wrote it, good job. You got a career in journalism. That was good. That was well written. It sounds like AI did it though, but I'm not going to ask because AI is our Bob friend, but I call him Bob because um, Arnold Schwarzenegger was Uncle Bob in T2, and there's a little alien named Bob the alien. So why don't call AI Bob? Um, yeah, that
Yeah,
was well.
so
Man, that was well written. That was beautiful the way you stated that.
yeah, so well that's putting kind of the trolls on notice. The ones that get really mean, so
Yeah.
they'll find out that they're going to disappear. But
Would
as
you
I
like?
say, bye bye, and then of course they'll try and make up another account. But like I said,
Yeah.
it takes a lot longer to make a new YouTube account than for me to just click and make you go away.
Right.
That'll be
Right.
the general lesson. So,
Yeah.
um,
And you
if
know
they
what,
want
man?
to
Let
continue
me tell
to
you one
make
person
YouTube
that
accounts, they're
I,
welcome to it.
man, I want to tell.
Making
Yeah.
fun of business. He did the same thing. He had to
Yeah.
make a new one. We kind of let that one float because he behaved. Now he
Right.
disappeared, which is good. Hopefully, he'll just continue to disappear. Doesn't mean we can't have him in our lore, and he can
Yeah. Well,
continue to be
I want to.
exposed on our graffiti walls
Yeah, and the
and so
videos
forth.
we put them up for actually making a Where's Waldo contest out of it. I'm going to tout your horn, Matterator, and for everybody listening. Matterator always tells me, he just and it's between me and him. He says, these people that troll you, Jimmy, don't know who they're messing with, basically, because the Matterator. Dude, this guy knows how to bully if he wants to. Okay, you get that? He knows how to bully with words. He knows how to bully physically. He just doesn't do that when it's not the right time. And in my case, he's actually my friend, so we're good. We're great.
No,
But you,
where I got my chops is of course playing sports with a bunch of guys during the week, right?
yeah, there's
Where
that.
we're not hiding behind keyboards. You actually face to face with people,
Yeah, yeah. You
you
actually
know.
play. You actually.
Yeah, you're actually face to face with guys where there's certain things you can't say or you're going to
Yeah,
get pounded, right?
yeah, yeah.
But moreover, I love fantasy football, so I play fantasy football like
And
every
then
year.
that's
And
got you good on
and
the
the
shop.
number one thing you do in fantasy football is smack talk, and you love it when someone comes back and says something that's like really good. You
Yeah,
laugh at it. You're like, oh, that's awesome, man. Yeah, he really got me good. And then you
yeah.
try
You
and
admit
come
it.
back with something
You
better.
call it.
But yeah, but the problem I have with your trolls is they're just
They don't bring anything to
boring.
the table.
Well, no, they're just boring.
Yeah, right.
It's
Yeah.
like if you're gonna say something other than caca de poo poo pants.
Or
You
get
know,
faggot.
caca de poo poo pants.
Yeah,
Caca de poo poo pants. And then someone comes in and
yeah,
they'll say cockadoo poo poo pants, someone I haven't heard before, and they'll think that somehow, like, I've never heard that before.
yeah. Like
Like
that's
it'll be like the
intelligent.
10,000th time someone comes in and says cockadoo poo poo pants, and I'm like,
Yeah,
fuck, man, it just gets boring after a while. It's just like yawn. You know.
yeah,
So,
yeah. So I
anyways,
want
enough of
so
the trolls, because, like I said,
those
the
Matterator can hold
tendency.
his own.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Matterator can hold his own in confrontation. So you guys, don't really know the whole equation here.
Well,
But
look, it's not their fault. They
I
think
get
that
it. Yeah,
somehow, since you have that blind spot where you can't really
yeah.
catch all the innuendo,
You can't catch
they
the
they
innuendo.
make yeah, they make the mistake thinking that I'm cut from the same cloth, and
No,
actually, it's the exact opposite.
Yeah.
I
Matter
come
knows
from
what
a
you're thinking
I
about the
come from
same
a
time.
yeah, I come from a very large Irish Catholic family. I mean, we love to get together and just argue. You know what I mean? Like I have sisters that are just really aggressive. You know what I mean?
Right, I
I have
get it.
actually a pretty aggressive wife too. So it's
There's
like
that.
I have respect for women. Women can bring it pretty good. You know.
Oh, you better believe it, dude. I'm gonna
So
go on about that if you
so
want.
that's what I mean. If you're a keyboard warrior and you're just you know and you're just doing your thing, it's like you're weak sauce, man. It's just
Yeah,
it's
really.
really it's really weak sauce.
Yeah. And I want to go on about a different subject. I want to go on a different subject. I'm sorry, yeah,
Yeah.
but that I gave you credit there, Matterator, because I call him like I see him. My dad taught me that, dude. I mean,
Yeah,
I
well,
get it.
I'm costing you viewership, but that's the type of
Yeah.
viewership that honestly you really don't need.
Okay.
Like, do you want to be a lolcow site? You want like Johnny Elbows with shit
Not
stained
really.
pants?
Not really. Not
No,
really.
I get it. You're going to be funny no matter what, okay?
Yeah.
Because you
Yeah.
do things that are kind of funny. But and then we put out some kooky music, which
Right.
which is fun. And then we try and put out our serious music. Whatever,
Yeah.
we're having fun. Like I told you, I don't care if we have two subscribers. Our relationship, music relationship,
Yeah.
predates this whole
No.
YouTube thing.
No.
We used
I
to
want
we
to
used
say,
to come over and jam long before the
yeah,
YouTube thing was going
not
on.
long before, but before, because
It wasn't a
Matterator.
thing. I didn't even know about
Yeah,
it,
yeah.
and we
I
were
didn't come over.
jamming.
I didn't come over for you to. We were friends and jam before I even made this YouTube channel. And Matterator's right about that. And it wasn't like I had something up my sleeve. I'm gonna pull something on this guy. Is gonna no. We were friends hanging out making music before I even started this channel. And
Yeah.
that's true. I knew you first, and then while I knew you, I made this channel. So there's that. And then that channel had
It,
to
to,
go.
me, to me, it doesn't do our creative energy any good if you read one bad comment or someone
No,
being
and then
mean.
I go down a rabbit hole because I read one
And
wrong
you go down
word.
a rabbit hole. It doesn't do any good for you, like
No,
putting out
no.
kissing
In fact,
death
I
or
did I purposely sit. I like the view of me anyway here, but I purposely sit also so that I can't easily read the comments because I don't want to. All it takes is someone to say loser, and then of course the UMass would be like
you know what?
dung bones.
It's not just you though. It's
Yeah,
not just you. It's all like I go back to the artist
yeah,
Bjork, right? She
right.
she attacked a reporter, and you look at all these like really early artists. Everyone always has haters. Doesn't matter how good you are,
Yeah,
whether you're Mick Jagger or
yeah,
Bono or U2, you got a bunch
yeah.
of
Really.
fucking people that hate you. So it
That's
doesn't matter how successful you get, you're always gonna have someone that just freaking hates you.
and with
But
my
the
last,
deal is that she was once asked, well, how should people approach you in public? And she basically says, don't. She's one of those artists that for some reason it's like Neil Peart of Rush.
gosh,
He could not.
dude,
He says I cannot pretend that I'm your
dude,
best friend. I just can't do it. He was
I
very
can't
uncomfortable with it.
pretend a stranger is a
Yeah.
long-awaited friend. Limelight,
So
right?
so the
Right.
yeah so the but the whole point is that what I thought she said was pretty profound was that look, if you're able to give me my space, then I can give you more of what you want,
Yeah.
right? Which is her product, her songs, right?
Yeah.
So like Kissing Death is a great example of that, where everyone's already accusing you of doing drugs, this and that.
Yeah.
So we lean into it pretty good. We have you running around.
Dude, can I tell you about that?
Yeah.
Matt, the moderator, literally told me. He literally showed me what two pictures of two people on fentanyl, what their posture was like. So I knew what to do. I did that posture. Moderator directed, make sure I did it right, and he filmed it. I had to learn how to do that, what that posture was from some pictures the moderator showed me of people actually on fentanyl. But at the end of the day, I'm not. I'm transparent. I'm not going to worry about, oh my gosh, they're going to think I'm a drug addict. I'm going to lean into it and actually act like a drug addict. Because then,
You know what?
if I am,
Through
I'm
that
caught
song,
with it.
every song we've done, I've had a lot of fun with,
Oh,
and I've
dude, yeah.
learned, I've
Look,
learned, I've learned a lot of things, not just on the production end,
Right.
Like I get it that that some people say, oh well, it's not very, you know, like obviously we're amateurs. I only have a certain amount of time to put into something. We don't have a team of people. It's
No.
literally just me
Right.
and my iPhone,
Right.
and a drone, right? And
Yeah.
CapCut.
And if you quit,
We're not like, so when people come by and say, "Oh, well, this wasn't perfect," or that, go fuck off. We don't have like 20 fucking people
yeah.
producing it, you know?
It
So
also,
at the end of the day, it is what it is. If your voice isn't like perfect, like whatever. I mean, if you want that perfect stuff, then you go to Hollywood,
yeah.
and you listen to all the garbage now that they're putting out, Katy Perry and all this. What's crazy about it is people want perfection, but if you give them a drum machine, it's too perfect.
Yeah.
Like, oh
Because,
no, I don't want that. I want feel. I
yeah.
want I want swing. I want this and this. I want a human doing it. Well, the human does it
And
and
they
then
said,
gives them a little offbeat or swing, and all of a sudden they don't like it.
right. Right.
So fucking decide. You want real stuff that has like little bits of mistakes in it here and there, or
Right.
do you want a fucking drum machine?
Right.
Like,
And I
right?
think
You can't have your cake and eat it too. You can't have,
I think,
you
yeah,
know.
I think you do a good job in that because you use a drum machine, which means everything is deliberate and perfect if it wants to be, but then you make it slightly off by on purpose to make it sound more human. And really it works. It works because you know, we don't have to deal with an ego in the drummer as a real person. If a real one came along, we'd try it and see. But every band I've been in that could have gone somewhere was broken up by the drummer.
Well,
One
it's just
drummer,
really hard. Yeah, it's really hard to get together. If you think of me, like I've got, I've got my, well, I've got three jobs, right?
right,
So I run an IT company. I work for a big company, and then I also do music production every week.
right,
Uh,
with a guy that
that
gets,
that
yeah,
that I get paid for, right? So I have
yeah,
like
yeah,
many different streams of income, and I have a limited amount of time. My time literally to spend with you is like maybe I do a couple hours, um, you know, during the week towards the evening,
mhm,
uh, and then like Saturday. But then
yeah,
Saturday, I like to get together with my buddy Thomas. We do our own type of like music thing. Sometimes we're just droning out to like guitars and having
yeah,
coffee or something at night. And then Sunday comes around. I've got to go out with the wife and kids and things like that. And then from there, I do my music production gig, and then it's the start of the new work week. You know,
yeah.
so there's very
And I'm
little
not sure.
time. So add
Yeah,
into that a drummer and all these
yeah,
other people that also have busy lives. Now the advantage you have is that you don't have that. You're essentially retired, right? So in so many words, you're like a retired. So you can go on your walks and you can do very creative things, which I love because you bring lyrics,
mhm,
you know, you bring a chord framework, and
right,
people may look at that and go, big deal, but I
dude. You
can't
don't
tell how
know.
many times I sit in the garage or I go with other people, especially people who do covers. Probably the
Yeah,
majority of people watching you and your haters, if you put them in a room and
yeah,
said, come up with something original, they would
yeah,
sit there and their jaw would just drop, and they couldn't do it.
mm,
What's great about you is you have a very kid like way about you that's very transparent.
right.
And
I
sometimes
mean
that
what
gets
I
you
say.
sometimes that gets you into trouble.
Right.
But in the art realm, it's fucking wonderful because I can say, hey, go run
Yeah.
around this shopping cart, you know, and you're like, okay, you know,
Sure. What else do
and
you want after
but
that?
if
You
you
want a burger
it,
with a burger fries with that, sir?
yeah, but if you get around the wrong people, then of course, and that's essentially what the trolls were, and that's what they're missing. They're missing the idea where they can just give you ideas and you just So it can be destructive. And I think with my tutelage and making
Yeah.
sure that,
Yeah.
and with your ideas, the marriage of those two,
Yeah.
we can do something that's a little edgy, like
Right.
kissing death,
Yeah.
and make it what it is. And I think that's the magic. And I get it. If people don't like it, that's fine. That's their thing. But one thing they
Well,
can't say is that it's not original.
yeah,
They
there's that.
can't say that it's not original.
Well, can I say something about the kissing death?
Yeah.
Um, it's very unique in the timing signature. The time signature is 5/4 time, and you just don't hear that much in rock and roll. And I've even commented to someone I like that I text and stuff that it's almost like a Turkish beat. It's a Middle Eastern beat, It's like it's not even Western. It's very much like the Ottoman Empire music might have been. And people just don't do that in rock and roll, and I think it's cool. And then the next song won't have that, but it'll have originality in some other thing. Every song we try to do has its own uniqueness. Not every song is going to be in 5/4 time, but everything will have its own originality, whatever that is. And I'm really excited about our products. War wasn't in 5/4 time, but tell me that wasn't original. That had Winston Churchill talking dialogue in the song that worked musically. Now has that been done too many times? Well, yes. Living Color did it with Cult of
You know what?
Personality.
You know what's funny is, when I get the song, then I feel like, in a way, I'm just telling you this right now. I feel like how can I fuck this thing up? It's a real weird. It's almost like where humor comes from.
Yeah.
Humor, if you think about it, humor is just a big fuck you to the audience or to people.
Yeah.
And that's
And
kind of,
rock and roll, especially punk, like we tend to be kind of punkish, is the same is that attitude. It's got to have a little screw you in it, or it's not rock and roll. It's not punk. You can't
yeah.
just be
And I do that. I say, I'll throw some keyboard parts in. I'll do this. I
yeah.
love your solos. And one of the comments here is like, oh, the solos don't match in this. First of all, the fucking solos don't have to match. They don't. What is this matching?
Yeah.
Does
And
everything have to be so? Does everything have to be so Katy Perry and gay and matching? Like, it
yeah,
doesn't. A solo doesn't have to match. That's why I told you, when you go out, you can go a little out of tune on the solo. Who gives a fuck? First of all, it's
yeah,
wild. All your shit's like fucking wild. I'm not going to change that. You're going to change that, and what? I'm going to turn you into some other gay ass commenter on this app?
yeah,
No, fuck no. You like to shred like that. I don't like. I just make it as clear as I can,
yeah.
and I personally love your solos. And like I said, I challenge anyone to go. I saw Gigi Allen and the Murder Junkies live, like in 1992. Okay. And they had like the guitarist and bass from like Dinosaur Jr. there. And it was trashy rock that it just fucking kicked ass. I don't know. It just had a certain attitude towards it. So to me, it's all about attitude.
Yeah.
And you, that's the way you like to express yourself. So someone to come in and go, you gotta eat your pudding, just like in the
Pink Floyd, Never Become All
Pink
Part Two.
Floyd song.
You
Don't
get,
forget to eat your pudding.
yeah,
You
you,
gotta you gotta you
you,
gotta
you,
adjust your guitar
yeah,
a certain way. Yeah, you come
don't
across
eat your
it.
pudding until you
Yeah,
eat your meat. How can you
yeah,
have any pudding if you don't eat your meat?
yeah,
Stand still,
yeah,
laddie.
yeah.
And
So
I did
those
that at
people come
karaoke
out.
right before.
Yeah, it's like if you say something like that, you're an absolute douche canoe. Okay, an absolute douche canoe. And honestly, you just need to go do something else.
Yeah,
Whatever you're
right,
doing, I
right.
guarantee you is not creative, and you
You
just need to go do something.
Yeah. I actually did another Brick in the Wall part two as karaoke right before I got kicked out. I mean, I don't know exactly what the politics of me getting kicked out exactly was, but I actually did another Brick in the Wall part two. Their psychopathic wives will beat them within an inches of their life. And I'm doing that. I think somebody nodded and said, "You got to get this guy out of here. He's going crazy. He's wild, too wild for us." It wasn't just my look and talking to the girls I have a feeling. It was also my music choices and the way I put the passion in. I did so much stuff that it probably was too vibrant for them. Probably was too real. They want people to stand up there and read. I never looked at the lyrics except to tell me when the lyrics were coming. Sometimes I would look at it, or if I forgot, I would look at the first word and then take it from there. But I didn't. If you watch me carry, I never sat there and read the lyrics while I carried it. I just got up and did my thing. I did Michael Jackson, "Way Make Me Feel" and "Want to Be Starting Something," and I did Moonwalk in both those. And,
Yeah.
and, and spin around I put my heart in it, and next thing you know, I'm banned, and everyone else is okay. How about that for a lull?
Well,
Anyway,
it's
that's
funny.
enough.
You know what's
I don't
funny?
want to go on
Yeah.
about it. I don't want to go on.
Well, it's
But
funny
anyway,
about Gigi Allen. So Gigi
yeah,
Allen, he
yeah.
had a motorcycle running out in the back of the alleyway, right?
Uh,
Because the police would come in and raid his concerts and fucking arrest his ass. So
yeah.
he'd always have a motorcycle running out back where he
It's a
could just
getaway vehicle.
getaway vehicle. Of
Yeah,
course, the problem with Gigi, who knows what he was on, PCP and all sorts of shit, because there's no way.
yeah,
We threw so many chairs and bottles at him, and
yeah.
by the
He did.
time that the concert was done with, there was blood, piss, and shit. He shit off stage. He pissed off stage. He
Yeah,
climbed up in the rafters, broke
yeah,
plumbing.
yeah.
But my buddy got hit in the back of the head with a bottle. It cut him on the neck. I
Yeah.
had to duck a lot of bottles going back and forth. By the time it was done, there was all the furniture was piled up to the drum kit, you know,
Mm. See,
and it was
that's
bad. It's on their best of. If you look for Gigi Allen, there's like a best of, like, it used to be videotape, but there was four concerts, and one of them was in
the one you
Escondido. I
went to.
mean, not Escondido. It was in San Diego, the Spirit Club,
That's when you went
and
to.
that's actually on
And I
there. And
want to
what's
come.
funny is
I want.
I couldn't see myself on there, but I saw my buddy John in the mosh pit there.
I
Like,
want to. I'm going to comment about that if I can. Let me comment. See that what Matterator is saying is interesting because that's the Matterator's experience and type and level. Is he went to a GG? Now I didn't have that. I grew up with a Navy SEAL dad that would have that was what gave me enough drama without going to see Gigi Allen, to be honest. And I went to Harvard College. I practiced in my room all day in high school. I studied by the book, but then I made it my own, and I'm original and I'm good. Whereas Matt, he experienced the real world. He went out and just did things like, let's see, Gigi Allen. But together, as we mesh those two, we get a complete. It's like he's half the circle, and on the other half, it fits. If I were Matterator, we just fight. If Matterator was me, I'd tell him get lost because he's him and I'm me. It works. I didn't go to Gigi, but you did. But you didn't meet Alan Holdsworth and talk for 20 minutes and shake his dang hand. But I did. But together, our experiences are unique and they're complementary. That it works, and we make a product that uses both of our talents. And then, by the way, me and the Matter both already got past. Um, what if we become great? Who's going to leave whom? Because I'm not leaving him. He's not leaving me. I'm not going to. If I make $1 million, I'm still going to have the Matterator on my team. Or just have him. Period. If I get anyone else, the Matterator is still staying. If no one else wants to, I don't get, then the Matterator is still going to stay. I already got that. I've already passed that. I'm not. He's the perfect producer for me, and I think he feels the same about my music. If we make $1 million and some new guitar player walks in and says, "I'm the new shirtless guy," Matter is going to say, "Get lost." I get
well, on top of that, yeah, well,
yeah.
I think that
We
first of
already
all, like I said,
yeah.
our musical enterprise predates the whole YouTube thing.
It does. It
So
does.
if it's just you and me and two other people, first of all, I have a lot of friends that hop on to the channel, right?
Yeah.
And I've one of my friends who like I said, super wealthy dude. Like
Oh, I
there's
know
a
you
lot
got.
of people. They're
Yeah.
not just standard losers that
Well,
like
then this guy, he's
troll
right.
losers,
This
right?
guy, this guy, this guy,
Yeah.
this guy loaded. Yeah.
Okay. But my whole point, my brother watches. By the way, he's coming down Thursday. We're
Oh,
identical twins. Of course, he
right.
has a big beard, but I'm going to try and talk him into joining us in the spaceship.
Cool.
And my brother's bringing some big glasses, so it's gonna be pretty awesome. So
That's cool. Tell, make
yeah,
sure.
he's coming down Thursday, but the whole point is that there is a lot of people that are going to be here no matter what.
Right.
Do you
Yeah.
do you really need? There's only a handful of people. There's like 6 or 7 people that are that somehow think they're special, i.e., the trolls somehow think they're
Yeah.
responsible for all the traffic that comes to your site. They're
Right.
responsible for all the lol traffic. They go to all the different Reddit sites, the Johnny Elbows, shit saying sites, the Daniel Larson sites. They look up all these people to follow to make fun of. In
Right.
a way, it's kind of like the breadcrumbs that lead to the Nazi prison guard. They don't realize kind of like
Where they're going, what that
where
leads
they
to.
don't really realize where they're going. They just have this sadistic tendency, just like schoolyard bullies. And I
Right.
get it. I like good humor. If someone comes in and says something
Yeah.
like you expose your ass crack or something, or whatever, and they say something that's good, like I laugh. I go, oh, that's pretty good. But
Yeah.
they're
Yeah.
not that way. They're like, oh, I've seen you, and they're very neurotic. They're neurotic with
Well,
their
not to mention, can I
sexuality.
go even further?
Yeah.
It's even gone to a couple people have brought up that they knowing my address, which I'm sure that's a thing, and then sending somebody over to deal with me. Like somebody we know your address now,
I
Jimmy.
know.
Watch
Well,
out.
yeah.
Well,
The fact is, for all the stuff with China, the U.S. is way worse than China as far as like if a law enforcement had to do a trace, and I know I work in IT, right? Like
right,
that information's there,
right,
all right? Like period.
yeah,
Like
right,
there's ways to there's there's no you're not anonymous on the internet. I don't care how many VPNs you go through; they're all compromised. All those VPN products are compromised.
yeah,
I worked in IT phone systems, so I know I used to work with auto dialers, right? For call
and
centers,
and
right?
also
So,
number protectors, number hiders.
well, no, it's not that. You have what's called DIDs. You have direct inward dial numbers. You have a caller ID, right? So in a phone system, like I used to work with Switchvox, right, systems, you can go in there and switch out the caller ID. That's not a problem. But that
Right.
doesn't mean that it's not traceable. It's still traceable. You
Yeah,
can you can swap out caller IDs out of phone systems. So you can't always trust a number where it's coming from because that's just. But then again, you can set rules that say, okay, perform a reverse lookup. So if someone
yeah,
calls you, there's certain phone systems, like especially governmental agencies, where if you call them,
yeah.
they perform a reverse lookup on your address. If it doesn't check out, they drop the traffic.
Uh,
So, like I said, I a lot of these people don't know that I have years of experience. Yes, I'm a little older guy, but I have years experience in the tech field and
yeah,
currently
yeah,
work in it. So I understand the tech. You know,
right.
um, do I really want to poke the bear on it? No, not really. That's why I
Yeah,
said I've let most people through. That's why people can
right.
still say stupid
And
shit.
don't forget that Pudge himself was the first person that gave me money. He gave me $50 just off the bat,
Yeah, I
and
mean, but
I
he's
respect that.
still, yeah, yeah, but he's still kind of a weird dude. Because
Yeah,
here's the thing: is when I propose these people, hey, come on Discord, crickets.
yeah. As in
Like
silence.
they just want to hide behind the keyboard,
Yeah,
and that's kind of that's being a pussy, right?
right,
Because you,
right.
you just hide behind the keyboard, probably because you got a lot more things going on there, right?
Now, there's a lot to that issue.
There's for all the cutting down of the double chin and oh you're old and this and that. When they get on, I guarantee you there'd be a huge flame war because you know
Yeah,
there'd be a lot to pick on there. I almost guarantee
right,
you, and that's why it doesn't happen. You know.
right, right.
But anyways, moving
Anyways,
on. Yeah. So
there was something totally different that happened yesterday that I think is interesting.
yeah.
You mind, Matterator? So I went by the Ilana Club. I'm not alcoholic, but I think that people that hang out in AA clubs are some of the coolest people in any city. And I love the Ilana Club. and I hang out, and there's a dude there named Tony. I don't know his last name, but that's not my business. This guy is the dude, okay? And him and my dad can go toe to toe. He's on that level. I mean, he's got Illuminati pass. So does my dad. I googled Sir William Wiseman of the Committee 300. He googled his ancestor from 1400s that basically was responsible for the wiping out the Turks in the Ottoman Empire in the 1400s. So there's that. Then he knows he's like friends with every rock star that ever lived. He has actually seen Jim Morrison in real life, and I can go on and on. Well, I might be Jim Morrison's kid. So there's toe to toe there. He's in bands like I'm not even going to start. I'm not even going to go because I could be. First of all, forget something important. Second of all, we don't have
Well, I
all.
mean, if we all go far enough
Well,
back,
no,
we're
I
related
know,
to everybody.
I know. We all go back to Adam and Eve, but then that's not the only point I'm making. I'm not
Yeah.
saying Tony. The reason I'm bringing this up, the reason I brought this up, is that Tony knows people that knew Jim Morrison. Tony has met Jim Morrison, and he's going to find out. He's got somebody he's going to call. He didn't do it. He wasn't able to do it in front of me, but he has somebody he's going to call that might know if Jim ever got anybody pregnant around the time that it could have been my kid. He might he might be able to come up with whether I'm Jim Morrison's kid or not, and if so, who my mom was. That's why I brought that up. Not because I want to. This guy named Tony is who. Yeah, but he's great. But he was, yeah. But that's up in the air, and he didn't ask me for any favor to do it. He didn't ask for money. He's just a cool guy, and he might
All
let
right.
me know.
I'm not gonna. All right. I'm not gonna hold my breath on that.
I'm not either, but I'm just telling you what happened. I'm being
Oh, I
transparent.
get it. I get it.
I didn't lose anything. I don't care. But he might find something out. So there's that. I'm just being transparent and saying what happened. I talked to him for a long time. It was fine. It was cool.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
anyways,
Yeah. Anything else?
What else is new?
I have to get my stitches out today, and I got to leave by 10, Matt. So if you have another phone that tells me what time it is, I got to go by 10. I can't be here too long because it takes me in 2 hours to walk there. I'm going to get my stitches out today. So I have to leave by 10. I don't know if I don't have to. Just let me know. Don't let me miss that, Matterator.
I don't know what time it is. I'm afraid
Yeah,
to back out of this.
yeah. I mean, no, don't. But I'm guessing we should not be on too long because I need to get ready and go. But that's good news. I'm getting my stitches out. It's starting to bother me a little. I don't like stitches in my body. I don't know. There's something unnatural about that. Get these things out of here. But if I pull them out, it's going to mess the whole deal up. So I'm getting them taken out today. Oh, and let me just say, I'm really excited about music, you guys. Yeah, I really am because the next one, Crash and Burn. I think the first we've done 5 songs that
So,
produced by
like with Crash and Burn, where do you see the video opportunity going there with Crash and Burn?
That's a good question. Let me ask you. Let me answer
Maybe
that.
we go
I
into
could think,
Temecula somewhere and we light a car on fire. Just have you
yeah,
like run
yeah.
around it.
I was thinking something more dramatic. No, I'm
We
just
like
kidding.
we like light a trash bin on fire and like roll it
No,
down a
here's
hill.
what I think. Hey, I'm not. It's funny though, Matt. I think we need to do 2 things. We need to get the drone involved as you again. That is awesome. I love Mona the Drona. That's what I call her, Mona the Drona. I love that drone. And secondly, I want more footage of me walking up and down the street. Not just this for kissing death. It was in a field and there's weeds and there's a homeless encampment. That's not my mo. I'd like some footage of me walking down normal traffic and seeing people give me the sign and just be walking like I do in real life. I don't really spend my life around trash dumps. It's not my thing. I'd like to be filmed in my natural habitat, walking down the street. I'd like to use the drone perhaps to do that. And other than that, that's what I have. That's what I think we need to do. And Crash and Burn is lighthearted compared to Kissing Death. It's yes, it's called Crash and Burn, but it's more upbeat, and it
Yeah.
doesn't have to be around the homeless and trash.
Alexa, what time is it? Oh shit.
What happened, man?
Oh no.
Are you back on?
Yeah.
Okay. What
Yeah.
time is it, Matter? What time?
9:07. I gotta get
Oh,
going
I
here.
got, I got to get going, guys. I got to go in like less than an hour. But hey, let me just comment. I love you guys. I want you to know, Matterator did not. Okay, I didn't get to say this because in this session, when the Matterator cut out yesterday, that was because he got a phone call that disconnected him. He didn't do that on purpose. I needed to get some stuff about my dad out of my chest, off my chest, and out of my system. What really ideally, dude, it would be like my dad here in person, and I'd say "f you" to him, but that's not possible. So the matter of taking that and that taking that here, for the team, that I took that I got that out, and I knew it'd be safe. I knew he's my friend, and I knew and he let me do that, and now I feel better. Like I got that off my chest, out of my system. I'm not perfect or anything, of course, but I felt I had a better day because of doing that. I got to say through the Matterator, basically, "f you," and what now? Having said that, I don't have to say it like that now. I already said that, and I'm good, and I feel better. And I'm sorry that us humans have to do that. If we were more ideal and logical, we could just turn a switch and not feel anything we didn't want to feel. But unfortunately, sometimes it gets worse before it gets better. Like if my dad were
Yeah.
here, I wouldn't enjoy confronting him, but after the fact, I would feel better. But at the time, I would be like shaking in my dang socks. But if but after but after the fact, it'd be like, "Dad, that's what I needed. Thank you." You know. So
You
anyway,
like my little
let me
tree
talk
here?
go.
See
Oh,
ya.
that's
All right.
exactly. Yeah, talk to you soon. Okay, bye bye.
Bye. Yep.
Gotta go. And